This is the Tim Eric Hanneman Report. Escape artist Tim Eric reporting. I report, you decide. The truth always wins, and the winner takes it all. Making history, 1 minute, one page at a time, meaning not to offend, only to blend as the day passes by. Hoping this report will stimulate your mind so you can keep ahead and not left behind. The report, page 1, starts now.
From signal to symbol, the State House bell, now known as the Liberty Bell, rang in the tower of the Pennsylvania State House. Today, we call that building Independence Hall. Speaker of the Pennsylvania Assembly Isaac Norris first ordered a bell for the bell tower in 1751 from the Whitechapel Foundry in London. That bell cracked on the first test ring. Local metalworkers John Pass and John Stowe melted down that bell and cast a new one right here in Philadelphia. It's this bell that would ring to call lawmakers to their meetings and the townspeople together to hear the reading of the news. Benjamin Franklin wrote to Catherine Ray in 1755, "Adieu, the bell rings, and I must go among the grave ones and talk politics." It's not until the 1830s that the old State House bell would begin to take on significance as a symbol of liberty. The crack. No one recorded when or why the Liberty Bell first cracked, but the most likely explanation is that a narrow split developed in the early 1840s after nearly 90 years of hard use. In 1846, when the city decided to repair the bell prior to George Washington's birthday holiday, February 23, metal workers widened the thin crack to prevent its farther spread and restore the tone of the bell using a technique called stop drilling. The wide crack in the Liberty Bell is actually the repair job. Look carefully and you'll see over 40 drill bit marks in that wide crack. But the repair was not successful. The Public Ledger newspaper reported that the repair failed when another fissure developed. This second crack, running from the abbreviation for Philadelphia up through the word liberty, silenced the bell forever. No one living today has heard the bell ring freely with its clapper, but computer modeling provides some clues into the sound of the Liberty Bell. The meaning. The State House bell became a herald of liberty in the 19th century. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. The bell's inscription provided a rallying cry for abolitionists wishing to end slavery. The Anti-Slavery Record, an abolitionist publication, first referred to the bell as the Liberty Bell in 1835, but that name was not widely adopted until years later. Millions of Americans became familiar with the bell in popular culture through George Lippard's 1847 fictional story, Ring, Grandfather, Ring, when the bell came to symbolize pride in a new nation. Beginning in the late 1800s, the Liberty Bell traveled across the country for display at expositions and fairs, stopping in towns small and large along the way. For a nation recovering from wounds of the Civil War, the bell served to remind Americans of a time when they fought together for independence. Movements from women's suffrage to civil rights embraced the Liberty Bell for both protest and celebration. Pennsylvania suffragists commissioned a replica of the Liberty Bell. There, Justice Bell traveled across Pennsylvania in 1915 to encourage support for women's voting rights legislation. It then sat chained in silence until the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920. Now a worldwide symbol, the bell's message of liberty remains just as relevant and powerful today. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof.
Thank you for viewing. Come back soon. All the smart people do it. You can leave comments by visiting the Tim Eric Hanneman Report.com. The report ends now.